Well, I was wrong. There are actually more than 10 local famous Livermorons, and you, my friends, let me know in no uncertain terms that I left out some very key people. So this is why a sequel to The Famous Livermorons Part 2. If you stay to the end, I'm going to tell you about my very favorite local celebrity, who was originally a nuclear weapons specialist and later became a phenomenally acclaimed musician and was shut down by the Musicians' Labor Board. A very dramatic story with a very interesting ending, and happens to be a personal friend of mine. Hey Livermore and Tri-Valley, this is Ginger Faith from Golden Canyon Properties here in the beautiful Livermore, Tri-Valley, California. And we do videos every week about making smart real estate decisions and living, eating, breathing, and playing in this beautiful Tri-Valley. So if that's what you're interested in, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. We have new videos out every single week. We have so many people calling and texting us every day about living in the Tri-Valley, and we absolutely love it. So if you want to make smarter real estate decisions, reach out to us. Give us a call. Shoot us a text. Send us a carrier pigeon or a smoke signal. Just get in touch with us. We can answer your questions. Number 1, John Madden. John Madden is best known as the football coach for the Oakland Raiders, and he won a Super Bowl title as coach. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame and has received 16 Emmy Awards. John is known locally as buying up a lot of old crappy buildings and beautifying the area over the last several decades. And we have some beautiful monuments to his love and attention to detail and love for the Tri-Valley. He lives here in Pleasanton with his wife, and he created something called the term all Madden, which means basically a player who is all in with everything that they do, a symbol of greatness which marked everything that John did, including his contribution to the Tri-Valley. Number 2, Matt Finders. Matt played with the Tonight Show band with Jay Leno as a trombonist. He's also played with big bands and in musical productions in Broadway, such as Cats and the Scarlet Express. He's played with Natalie Cole, Harry Connick Jr., Sting, Benny Goodman's Orchestra, and many others. Matt today lives and plays in Livermore, teaching with school bands and playing music at local wineries. Number 3, Conrad Bain. Conrad worked with Woody Allen and the TV show Maude, and was most famous for the Park Avenue millionaire Philip Drummond in the show Different Strokes. He was also as a guest appearance in The Facts of Life and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He lived in Livermore until he passed in 2013. Number 4, Erik Treats. Erik Treats went to Mendenhall Middle School and Granada High School here in Livermore. He was a former professional Major League Baseball pitcher and has played for the San Francisco Giants, the LA Dodgers, and the Chicago White Sox. Number 5, Bracha Van Way, also known as BV Dub, is an American electronic music producer and was born in Livermore in 1974. He now lives abroad, and since 2007, he's released more than 40 albums under this name and other pseudonyms. Currently, he's producing ambient and ambient techno music and is recognized and received critical acclaim for them from the likes of online magazines like Resident Advisor. Number 6, Ben Bday. Ben is an actor who was born in Livermore and studied at Juilliard. Later, he starred in TV series such as Campus Cops and movies like Empire Records and Jake's Closet. He has guest starred in Boston Legal and many other titles. Our next famous Livermoron is named James Rawls, who is actually a best-selling author who spent nearly a decade as a U.S. military intelligence officer before becoming a writer. James has written fiction and nonfiction books and also has sponsored a blog all about the aspects of surviving and prepping, negotiating a possible social and economic collapse, which has become very popular with quite a few people. He's founder and senior editor of survivalblog.com, which covers survival preparedness and training. His survival blog became the basis for his best-selling book, How to Survive the End of the World as We Know It, Tactic, Techniques, and Technologies for Uncertain Times, which is considered a prepper's Bible, loaded with tips and tricks if you want to live a self-sustaining, off-the-grid life. Before we get to number 8, I'm going to stop right now and ask you to hit that like button if you like the video so far. Now, for number 8, Harold Brown, Secretary of Defense. Here in Livermore? Yes. Although he wasn't born in Livermore, he worked here at the Lawrence Livermore National Lab for well over a decade and actually supervised people much older than him. He was a child prodigy. And here at the lab, he was overseeing physicists and worked with some of the very first computers ever back in 1960, and worked with the math and engineering teams in the different departments to catapult our nuclear defense capabilities forward immensely. He earned his PhD in physics at the age of 21 at Columbia University. Later, as a nuclear physicist, he worked as our Secretary of Defense under President Jimmy Carter. He has a long and impressive history of accomplishments. Too much for this quick summary. Number 9, Tara Kemp. Tara was a pop singer, and she was known for 2 top 10 hit singles. One was called Hold You Tight, the other one, Piece of My Heart. She also sang a very cool song that was featured in the show 90210, which was immensely popular, and that song was called Action Speaks Louder Than Words. Tara from Livermore, California. Now, for my number 1 most favorite local celebrity, Don Lewis. Don is an active member of my Pleasanton Rotary Club and is with us every week, singing with us and for us. He's absolutely amazing. Don is both a master, a visionary, and a little kid who just wants to have fun with life, all rolled into one. Don's always laughing, singing, and smiling, and bringing love and inspiration to everyone that he meets. Don has worked with a number of celebrities over the years, including Quincy Jones, Sergio Mendes, and Michael Jackson. He opened for the Beach Boys and played at the Newport Jazz Festival and in Rhode Island, where I used to live, and he also played to a packed house at Carnegie Hall. Don has 2 geniuses, electronics and music, and later on he dovetailed those 2 together to produce something fantastic. Originally a nuclear weapons specialist, he later segued into music, and that's where he really shined and took off. He became one of the greats in music history and played originally with the organ at Martin Luther King Jr.'s church and later at his rallies. So he was one of the leaders in the movement for equality in America. Don is most famous for creating his beloved Leo, live electronic orchestra, basically the frontrunner of our synthesized piano today, which is everywhere. Don's engineering and music passions blended to create a masterpiece, and his fame grew in California rapidly as he was on the bleeding edge of technology and music back in the 60s and 70s. But when the Musicians Union felt threatened because his use of technology created a one-man band, they boycotted his work and nearly shut him down. Don, with his heroic spirit and the love and support of his beautiful wife, Julie, rose above it all, and recently the cable networks just released a biography on his life, which you can see on demand. Don was reunited 20 years later with his Leo. After 20 years in storage, he tuned it up and it's now housed in the Music Museum in Carlsbad, California. What do these famous people have in common with you? Well, they had a special gift. In their case, they found it, and they absolutely devoted their life to their passion, to what they were really, really enthusiastic about, and what their special gift and contribution is to the world. Hopefully you found your passion and you're pursuing it. If not, use these amazing examples to find out what is best about you and bring it on to the world. If you've enjoyed this video and you have any questions at all about living in the beautiful Tri-Valley, California, then give us a call. Send us a text or an email. Just reach out. No question too small. We'd love to hear from you. We love taking calls from people. Until next week, Ginger Faith from Golden Canyon Properties here in the beautiful Tri-Valley, California.